Hey, good afternoon. Today, I'm shooting a revised video because I shot a video of my rim sander the other day in which I was using the mold on the outside of the completed rim. And I thought that it sanded well, but it had a little bit of hard to handleness to it, a little bit of heaviness to it. So then I tried sanding one of the rims without the mold on it, and it was very light. And oh man, I could finesse the sanding job very, very carefully. So I am revising the video and reshooting without the mold, which makes it quite a lot easier. So let's do that. Let's take a look at what we got over here. Okay, so now I've got, as you can see, there's 7 guitars here that we're working on. Several have been sanded. You can see I've still got the little bits to go here, right there. But when I was sanding them, I was using the mold, and it's very, very, it's heavy. It's hard to use. So what I'd like to do this time is I'm gonna try sanding with my shop-made rim sander, which is right here, which is just a pulley that I made out of MDF, and I cut this groove on the table saw, and I used a simple jig to cut the groove on the table saw. I clamped this to the fence, which is just a piece of the MDF that I cut off when I cut the groove, and a piece of plexiglass. I clamped that to the fence, like over here, and then tilt the blade at 10 degrees, and I was able to hog out the pulley. Sorry for the jerkiness. And then this is an old wash machine motor that I put a switch on, and there's 3 different speeds on here. The first speed was too wimpy, so I ended up going up a speed or so. But let's go ahead, and this is real simple. Turn it on, and it's kind of noisy. There it is, and it's turning about, I think, around between 35 and 45 RPM. Now I've got a spot here that needs to be touched up. When I was doing this with the mold, it was hard to control. Just so here, this is quite easy. I mean, I'm holding on to a couple fingers. And I can dial this right in where it looks good. So that one's set up. Okay. This one has not been sanded at all, but there's a fair amount to sand there. And you can hear it's not quite to the shape of the disc yet. You hear it kind of chatter a little. This is so easy. Any of you that use a disc and you do the driving the bus technique with the mold, oh my word, it is so much more work and it takes so long. And I think because of fatigue, you couldn't possibly get it so accurate. Yeah, we're getting there. I was putting quite a bit of pressure on it there for a while, trying to work in this one spot. It's getting there. they're all roughed in now, and you saw that in real time, how long that took. And I want to see if I can show you. So now you can see that this has the perfect 15-foot radius this way and the perfect 15-foot radius this way. So it's a hard thing to see, but boy, that's what's going to make the back lay on there. It's just going to be just beautiful. So now all 7 of these have been roughed in. So this thing is very simple. This is just, I made the dish, and I may have some more, but there's a lot of people that will teach you how to make the dish. And this one is 15 foot on this side, and then on the other side of this is the 40 foot for the front. This is quite simply, my pulley just has a dowel on it that fits in one of my bench dog holes, and then I put some little strips of nylon on the bench so it slides better. So it's really quite simple. So when I'm not using this, I can, and this is a belt off my Craftsman lawnmower. So that will go back on my lawnmower when I'm done sanding rims. So this is a very simple system that will save just an absolutely a lot of work. So that rim sander is very inexpensive, and I think if anybody ever drives the bus again, that they're just working hard for not as good of results. So I'm pretty excited about that. Coming up is we're going to do some veneer work, and I'm getting set up for that. For things, I've got some veneer tools that I've made that for slicing and planing the veneer to just the right size. But we got a lot of interesting things coming up. But I would ask you to, well, actually, I just want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.